Okay, so I'm going to show you how to turn a school syllabus into an Excel spreadsheet, which is turned into a Google Calendar fully populated. The trick with that is normalizing data. So first we start with the syllabus itself, and it's been imported into a docx file. So hopefully you can turn your PDF into a doc file. It's easier to grab the data. This professor has nicely made columns. In case the professor doesn't, I put at the very bottom an example of somebody that just put a date and example. We'll show you how to turn that into spreadsheet data as well. So what we're going to do is highlight the data, just left click, drag it down, right click, copy. Here's a super key thing. Your Excel spreadsheet needs to look exactly like this. The key with turning one data into another data is what's called normalizing it, which is putting it into something that the other software can read. It has to be structured just right, or it won't come out right. So your number one thing needs to be subject, then start date, start time, end date, end time, all date, event, description, location, and private. These are standards that Google Calendar uses. So if you don't use these things, Google Calendar doesn't know what you're doing. So I have grabbed the data and I will paste it. This looks like a mess. Let me take the start date here, cut it, put it in the start date column. Now here's the deal with spreadsheets is I'm going to take this. Let's see if I can do it. Turn it into data that can be read. So I'm going to go to data, format, number, and turn it into date format. Let's see. Oh, shoot, it didn't work. That's a problem. So let's split it up, maybe. Data, split text to columns. No, that's not working either. There we go. We've just split it up. So this way we're going to grab the stuff it can't use, which is the days of the week. This is actually a good way to show you an example of how to clean up data and quickly recalibrate it. So now I have 823 with a little comma. I'm going to delete that there. So this format is not a date. It's just an 8/23. So you need to make it look like a date format because that's what Google Calendar will read. Let's go to data, format, number, go to date. So now we've turned it into readable dates. In this class, it's a class, and it's going to start and end on the same date. These are a couple hours worth of class. So I'm going to copy this, paste it onto end date. Oh, I got to turn this back into, because I split those columns, I kind of messed things up. Date, and this will be start time. This looks like a mess, but we're going to show you what we do with it. Okay, so we're going to grab, this is not the location. This is the description, cut and paste. There we go, that's prettier. Where's the location of the class? We had already written it before. If we look, we have practice calendars here. So here's English class. This one's in Allen Hall. And I'm going to copy that. This class is 12:30 to 1:30, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay, so location, paste. All right, and then I'm gonna Control C copy, Control V paste. You see this little dot here? This is a smart dot. It will copy the data all the way down if it thinks it's correct. You can also do stuff like, so you have Monday, and then you got Tuesday. You can very quickly grab these two, and it's going to predict what the next thing should be. So as you drag it down, boom, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it puts it in the format it thinks it needs to be in. Now, if you have a 1 and you want to repeat that 1 all the way down, it thinks, oh, it's going to repeat it, but you can also do 1, 2, highlight those 2, and then it's going to predict that you're trying to go in order. So the spreadsheet's pretty darn smart, as long as you know how to work it. If I need to combine some columns, say the description has one thing, and then the description has another thing and another thing in the syllabus, and I need to combine all those things, I create a whole nother column, and I will put equal to, this is G2, H2, and I2. So G2 and H2 and I2. Boom. Now it's combined all 3 columns into one column. You see? Now, if you're going to put them all into the description, because you can't have 3 columns, you're going to have to copy this new combined column, and then you'll cut. And when you paste it, you have to paste special and paste values only, because when you go to delete it, it's going to be, it has an equation using these other columns, and you're going to get rid of them. So when you paste only the values, it leaves just the data without the calculation necessary. So that's just an extra thing. So what did we say? 12:30 to 1:30, when was it, Thursday? So 12:30. Okay, you see, this is not a correct, oh, we got to put PM, there we go. This isn't, it's detecting time. If it doesn't detect it correctly, you will go to format, number, and in this part, you'll put time. So it'll structure it correctly for Google again. Now, if you look here, if I drag this down, oh, it says it's going to change it. I don't want to do that. I just want to repeat the same time for everything, because Control Z. So I'm going to Control C copy, Control V paste, select both of these cells, and then it's going to say, okay, I want the same thing for every cell. So pull this all the way down, and boom, we have 12:30. Again, put 1:30. Let's see if it's correct format. Oh, that's AM. 1:30 PM. And I type it kind of ugly, but it'll normalize it for me. See, it's nicely formatted. So I know this one's already in time. Control C, Control V, copy both of them so it repeats instead of reading later times. There. Okay. You know what? I'm not going to worry about the exam. I'm just going to delete this extra stuff. Right click, delete rows. All right. So now I believe we have normalized data. Everything looks correct. What's the subject? English. And again, we're gonna repeat that all the way down. Boom, English. Okay, here we're going to make sure all our data looks correct. Everything has a correct box. Every format looks correct. So I think we're gonna be able to export this successfully. So click File, Download as comma separated values. That's important, not an Excel spreadsheet. CSV format. Okay, it has been copied. Now we go to the Google Calendar. So we have some other calendars, but we're going to create our own special calendar here. So we go to Others, plus Create New Calendar. English 2021. Create calendar. Now it exists. There it is. So to import this calendar, this is blank. If we look at something else, that's my whole schedule. Go to the 3 dots here, settings and sharing, import and export, and I'm going to import. But you got to specify which calendar. Remember, we're putting this into English. So put English calendar, select the file we just created. Where is it? Oh, I didn't rename it as English. That's okay. And I'm going to import it. Imported 49 events, looks successful. So we'll go back here, go back to settings, and there it is. For each class, you have exactly what stuff's going to be covered that day. And if you click the map, boom, it takes you there. We can also do things like settings and sharing. Let's do a 30-minute reminder. So give you 30 minutes to get to class. Okay. All right. So we are good to go. We go to English class. Tells you where it is. You get an alarm 30 minutes before, and it has the details. That's here we go. What needs to be read for that day. And you have created a calendar. Now, if I want to look at all my calendars for all my classes, I did this because maybe I have classmates I want to share with, and they don't have the same schedule. So people in my class for English, I can share it. You got psych class, you got organic chemistry, you got Spanish. So you have to have all the calendars selected to be able to see everything at the same time. But you can get a really nice layout, and you can create other calendars for your study schedule or study groups. And again, you can share these things with other people. I can attach documents if I want. So say I want to look at my English syllabus while I'm in the calendar. I'll click edit, add attachment, upload. Oh, I already saw it here. Boom. Okay. So now when I click on this, I can get to my syllabus from my iPhone or whatever on the go, which is a nice reference. And that's all I'm going to show for now. Thanks a lot.